Hey, good morning. My name is Frank Luna, and as the caption says, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. You can call it Tom at Frank Big Data. I'm resuming my weekly kind of Saturday live stream, and I have a slightly different setup. I'm keeping an eye this time on the volume bar, so it's moving, so at least you can hear me. Not sure how the quality is because I have the car running mostly because this laptop is completely out of stock. My bad on that one. Let's see. If you don't know who I am, my name is Frank Lavinia, and I have blog, two podcasts. Principal.com is my blog, and that site has been up since 1995. And it's been a blog off and on. I would say the travel blog aspect of it was in place since 2000, 2001. And then I really kind of reframed it as a .NET kind of technical blog in 2004. And over the years, the focus has changed. Obviously, I no longer do anything with Windows Phone or Silverlight, but now it's Frank's World of Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. So, a couple things. In case you didn't know, I switched roles. I am no longer at Microsoft. It did pay me to leave Microsoft, and I did do a number of previous live streams on the topic, but I am now at a company called Electrify, and it's spelled with an Y at the end, AI. And the whole purpose of that is that they have about 1,000 pre-trained models that you can purchase. And some of these are custom return, image recognition models. So the idea is to accelerate or electrify your adoption of artificial intelligence. That's basically it. If you want to know more about it, hit me up on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter. Frank Diggs Data is the account. You can also hit me up on Instagram, and I'm not that hard to find on LinkedIn. If you're watching from LinkedIn, thank you for watching. It is a beautiful day. It was very rainy and kind of gloomy yesterday here in the DC area. What I need is I need a tripod. So I am in my car actually, and it is a beautiful spring day. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. And one of the things I am committed to doing is so I kind of new month, right? And kind of like trying to level up, right? And lots of craziness going on in Frankfurt right now. But the short of it is that the next phase, right? So I've gotten to the point where I can stream pretty regularly. And hey, Mohammed, how's it going? Oh, the sound is somewhat flaky. Ew. All right. Well, I didn't bring the headset or anything. So shame on me. Shame on me. I'll figure it out. I'm still working on this mobile streaming thing. So I'll keep this stream short because I got a lot of reading I got to get done. A lot of kids are in martial arts class. But hopefully you can hear me. And if you can hear me, I'll go back and re-record some of the message. But the key message is I want to start streaming on a regular basis, right? So hey, you know what? It's Saturday, 11:45. Frank's going to be streaming, and that way folks can choose to attend as opposed to randomly, like whenever I feel like it. I may still stream also randomly whenever I feel like it. But I think that I kind of, we're almost halfway done with 2021. So the first thing I did was I did pretty good in terms of streaming more regularly. I think January I was like in the top 10% of Restream users. February the top 20%. Since thinking. Then March I got it back up to top 10%. April was top 15%. So, I mean, the trend is good because prior to that, wasn't really on the board. And I'm also taking over the This Week in Applied AI for Electrify. So, if you just can't get enough of me, don't worry about that. Also, right now, PriceWorld.com is kind of down. I'm having some issues with the site has gotten too popular for my hosting plan. I'm gonna have to shell out more money, which means we're gonna have to be more aggressive in terms of getting sponsors. So if you're watching, and you want to sponsor or write a sponsored post, hit me up on any of the platforms where you can find me. Um, I'm also thinking of doing a kind of relaunch slash reboot of Impact Quantum, or at least that brand, not just a podcast per se. I want to definitely get more quantum experts on to speak because I've pretty much hit my level of knowledge, and as I build out that level of knowledge, that's it's going to take time, right? There's a couple of guests I'm trying to get on, some from Microsoft, some from IBM, some from other resource organizations. So wish me luck on that. So, Mohammed, is the audio still kind of choppy? If it's still choppy, I'll just I'll end the stream early. So what else is going on? Just enjoying the nice weather. We don't get nice weather for very long here in DC. So let's see if I can do the chat overlay. So normally I do these kind of like from the car live streams. Normally I do them from my cell phone. So what I did today is I have my laptop and stuff I want to watch. So the video, Muhammad says that the video is choppy. So thank you, Muhammad, for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Maybe I'll see you again later with the proper microphone. But I think let this all be a lesson. If you're thinking of doing videos, audio matters a lot more than the camera. So we're seeing that here. I actually have two laptops here. I have like a kind of nerdy little mobile data center here. I got my personal laptop and my work laptop to kind of respond to some emails. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well, LinkedIn user. See, it's weird, right? So Restream randomly does this thing where there's LinkedIn user and I get the name. Obviously, with Muhammad, I have the name, but with this LinkedIn user, I don't know who it is. Restream, if you're watching, please fix, please fix. Um, so yeah, that's it. Car's kind of messy, otherwise I do it for. It's nothing fancy. It's a Honda. Keeps me humble. Gets me where I'm going. I have a sunroof now, so well, I guess I could. It wouldn't do me or anyone else any good. So with that, I will say thank you, Mohammed, for tuning in. Thank you for watching later. Hit me up in the comments if you want to know more about Electrify. Go check out Data Driven. There's the logo. Data Driven.tv. We had a great episode this week with Dave Wenzel, and one of our most popular episodes. So yeah, maybe going the contrarian, controversial route. Maybe that's my news outlet to do it. Anyway, the controversy is that he's basically saying that people don't need to get rid of it, right? That the age of the expensive data warehousing projects kind of coming to an end. Now, I didn't say you never need one, but I kind of get the message. And listen to the whole thing. It's very nuanced, but by and large, I think he's right. ETL is still going to be around, but I think you're going to see more and more ETL, right? So if you're not familiar, Bob Salmon, International Man of Mystery, awesome. Awesome. I owe you a link to our secret project. Hopefully we'll be launching at the end of this month. We celebrate 4 years of data driven. We launched it in May in 2017. And what a bunch of 4 years. So thanks for tuning in, Bob. I know it's kind of late afternoon, right? Don't make me do math. I need more coffee. I've actually not drank soda in 24 hours. I'm trying to cut back my soda intake. Upping my coffee intake. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, I will get that out to you. I haven't forgotten. Just things have been chaotic, and we'll say more about it. The next episode of Data Driven will be out Monday, and it's about a very serious topic. We'll actually have English on it. We don't use any explicit words, but the topics are very serious stuff. And it's about using AI to stop basically human trafficking and abuse material. It's very, very interesting and very serious conversation. It's very, but definitely check it out. And then we're going to do a couple episodes, and then Andy and I are going to interview each other. That'll be fun. And not like kind of us bantering, but kind of like asking those questions, because that's come up quite a bit. Like, hey, so we're going to do that. And then we got a couple of other guests that are kind of in the queue. And then we need to figure out a calendaring solution that works across multiple calendars. And if you've been following me on other live streams, I've been doing more and more with Office or M365, because while I was still a Microsoft employee, I was able to get basically a tenant for the entire family, and kind of doing things like chatbots, virtual agents, Power Automate flows. I think the low code thing has some legs behind it. And I know there have been multiple attempts throughout history to kind of simplify the code, get the application development closer to the business users. But Power Apps is the closest I've seen to it being done right, by a country mile, right? OutSystems, I interviewed with them actually in 2016, and that was really my first introduction to it, and I was like, yeah, that's interesting. But I think Power Apps, I haven't looked at OutSystems in a number of years, but the whole idea that there's this whole ecosystem evolving around low code, no code, there's something there. I mean, there's just stuff in my life I just want to automate, right? Like I get an email that comes in, or I get a message or a chatbot message. How do I send out emails and stuff like that? And there's all sorts of stuff I plan to experiment with that on. So with that, I will wish you COBOL. See, that's why stuff like that makes me skeptical of it. So COBOL, for anyone born when the year started with 2 or 20, COBOL was originally, I think you're spot on the theme of that, is the idea that business users should write applications. COBOL was really the first kind of slight that making something that coding that was self-documented, and that's laughable. If you look back at now, and then also come up with code that was written in more plain language, so business users could do it. Whether or not that was a success, yes, that was the original attempt to bring IT to the business. Whether or not that was a success, I'll leave it to your imagination. But I mean, I would say that the world still has a lot of processes going on COBOL underneath the hood. I mean, so in terms of it being a successful language, in terms of deployment, I think that it did achieve. But in terms of bringing IT to the people, and you see numerous attempts over the years. There was Access, right? There was Visual Basic, right? There was Lotus Notes had a thing called VIP at one point, which was the same kind of notion. This has been a problem. I guess it's kind of like artificial intelligence itself, right? There are people, shortly after Turing was, kind of introduced the idea of the Turing test that this is away. PPR, almost 8 years later, this is still in play, and there's definitely that notion of how do you democratize or move this into the business. I'm not saying Power Apps is perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I will say it is the best manifestation of the dream thus far. You still need, and this may be the problem, like you still need to sit down and document your process and think through your process, your business processes, in order to build an application, whether that application is written in COBOL, C#, Java, or JavaScript, or anything, or even Python. All those things have to be done. And I think that a lot of businesses, when they embark on these low-code, no-code projects, they realize how much tribal knowledge or how much stuff is locked up in people's heads and not actually kind of documented where they can kind of implement it. And that part, that discovery part of the process, is still going to be a big deal. It still needs to be done. And just the notion of, a business person can just, do a few mouse clicks, drag some stuff around, and build out a process isn't realistic, because you have to kind of think through things, and people don't like to think, right? That's just the reality. And that's the evolution too, right? I mean, thinking does burn calories, and we are engineered to, we are the descendants of people who, through their environment, use these low calories. So, very deep philosophical. Yeah, it's very deep. Thanks, Bob, for bringing it up. That's awesome. So, with that, reach out to me too, Mohammed, if you want to quick look at a preview of what Andy and I are calling Project Green, which hopefully we get on very soon. So with that, I want to wish you all happy Saturday. Oh, there's a comment. It's like drones. Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So it is like drones. I'm assuming that's also about. It is like drones, right? Like, if you look at the example of, you'll see drones being used to inspect roads after storms or hurricanes. Now, if you've gotten rented or hired a helicopter to go over and take pictures, absolutely. But a drone, a nice drone costs about 500 to 1,000 US dollars. I don't want to but I've never tried to rent a helicopter, so imagine it's significant. And you see a lot of these home improvement shows or real estate shows, you'll notice there's a lot more aerial shots now these days. And you can tell this is totally a drone, right? You look at real estate sites, now they have pictures of the house from above and all these different angles. That just would have been either inexpensive. So I think drones are bringing kind of that type of high expense, but they're bringing it to a much lower, by lowering the cost of aerial photography and aerial inspection, you're going to have it in more places. Could you have done it with a helicopter? Totally. And I think that's a great analogy, Bob. That is an awesome analogy. Now that I think about it, they're just, in my own life, right? I have, when I post the blog, of course now, my CPU second would be throttled right now. But there's a number of things I wanted to do in terms of making more further on. Now, I would like something to do just that. But with Power Apps, I was able to put together like a Power Automate desktop flow that makes it much less handling people. I still have to intervene, but that also made me think about, well, what am I trying to do? What is my goal? What is my purpose? My process? And that's basically kind of a message. If that makes sense. But I could have fired up a Python interpreter. I could have fired up video. Python. But I have this skill, but I don't. And for me, I just need Power Apps to do this method. For folks like me, because I have my head in a lot of other mentally tough challenges. Just think, how do I keep that time and make the most of Power Apps? It makes it work for me. Just like drones. If I'm a real estate agent and, I'm selling a house, unless I'm selling like a multi-million dollar house, renting a helicopter to get a picture from above, it's not practical. If I'm selling kind of a regular kind of average house, sure, you know what? I probably got my kid or myself a drone for Christmas or their birthday or whatever. Sure.
$500 if you want to get a nice one, $1,000 if you want to go a really nice one. Put that thing up in the air, snap a few pictures, bring it down, post that picture online. That's a good differentiator, and you're seeing that more and more. But I think that's a great analogy. All right, so with that, I am going to end the stream and start getting back to the class I'm taking online, which you're going to see a lot of fruits from that soon, particularly on LinkedIn. So with that, you have a fantastic day, Bob. You have a fantastic day, Mohammed, and reach out and I'll get you kind of early access links. All right. With that, I'm going to end the stream and play some fancy graphics.